नमस्कार। एक बार मैं आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं इस इंटर्नशिप ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम में। आज का जो सेशन है हमारे नीरज गुप्ता जी लेंगे। और नीरज गुप्ता जी सॉफ्टवेयर पार्ट और साइबर सिक्योरिटी के फील्ड में एक अच्छा नाम है। तो और प्लीज़ आप इनसे इंटरेक्ट होइए और ये बिल्कुल क्रिटिकल सेशन आपके सामने रखेंगे। और किसी भी तरह का क्वेरी या कोई भी मन में डाउट है तो आप इमीडिएटली पूछिए। और कल भी क्लास होगी। नीरज सर, आप कल भी क्लास ले पाएंगे?
हाँ, ले लूंगा मैं।
ओके, तो आपकी क्लास सैटरडे का 9 के आज और कल दोनों दिन रहेंगे। और फर्दर जो 2 वीक के पार्टिसिपेंट हैं उनको एक फीडबैक फॉर्म भरना होता है। तो मैं आज शाम को एक ऑनलाइन लिंक शेयर कर दूंगा और पर्टिकुलर यूजर नेम पासवर्ड भी शेयर कर दूंगा। तो आपको वहीं पे ऑनलाइन भरेंगे, उसके बाद वो आपका सर्टिफिकेट जनरेट हो पाएगा। ठीक है ना? और फर्दर क्लास के लिए बिना देर करते हुए मैं नीरज सर आपका स्वागत करता हूँ और ये सेशन आपको हैंड ओवर करता हूँ।
Thank you. So I request to all participants, if you have any doubts, any query in your mind related to cyber security. For implementing the cyber security, 3 key domains we are discussing in today and tomorrow's session. The first one is cryptography, and second one is steganography, and third is blockchain. These 3 domains are used to implement security in cyber world. So first of all, I would like to invite all participants. You may unmute yourself one by one and type your query on chat session so I can answer one by one before starting the session.
So we will have query during the session, sir?
Yeah, sure, sir. But I am asking also initially. The reason is that people are more concentrate on their queries and doubt rather than on the session.
So one thing comes to my mind every time, like we know, like data security is very important, and everybody who sets up any network or anything, any service provider, he takes the it is his responsibility, or he gives his 100% to have a secure network, isn't it, sir? But why this hacking? Then also how the hacking is there when we do all the things to secure our, like that is a very big question. You also know how he can hack. So then also he hacks. Like this thing, I am not I don't know how they hack and all, but just this thing comes in my mind that when we know all the security methods, how to secure and everything, then also how the hacker gets into this.
Actually, when we transmit a data from one place to another place, till date, no mechanism is available to avoid any kind of data leak. It is not possible to secure data during transition. Anyone can get a copy. The best software for this is available on the internet free of cost, that is Wireshark. Because mostly devices are working on TCP/IP model. And you know very well that IP protocol is connectionless and TCP protocol is connection oriented. So their job is only to establish a connection. Once connection has been established, we able to send or receive the data. So there are various communication channels we are used, wired or wireless, and there is a software Wireshark, which is basically available in the name of protocol analyzer, but maximum time it is used for hacking purpose. And you know very well that there are 65,535 ports are available in TCP protocol, and it is very difficult to block all the ports. Once you block all the ports, then you're not able to communicate with sender or receiver. If you open a single port, again, there is no methodology is there that you can confirm that only that particular services are running. Let me take an example for web services. There are two protocols are available, HTTP and HTTPS. For HTTP services, port number 80 is designated, or for HTTPS, designated port is 443. But these ports are designated globally, but it is not mandatory that server can work only on port number 80 or 443 for HTTP and HTTPS services. It may use other port also. Like you observe in many applications, admin ports are differ from port number 80 and 443. So now next job is, instead of we are focusing more on communication channels, it is better we go for data security. And for data security, the three domains, or you can say three concepts, are used for data security. The first one is cryptography, second one is steganography, and third one is blockchain. Blockchain is an advanced implementation of cryptography. I think you understand, and I think my answer clear your doubts regarding the security. In the network, it is not possible to any kind of security. There are few protocols we are used in network like IPsec and VPN concept, but there are a lot of tools, and the people who studied VPN as well as IPsec protocol, BGP protocol, they can easily crack. The security is we not able to get 100%. Security is applicable only for those people who are not know anything about cryptography, steganography, or different protocols. Once you know the framework or structure in each protocol, if you know the algos, you able to crack. Maybe you're not able to break in the current time, but maybe after a few months or after an year, you able to break. In 2000 year, there is a one protocol MD5, message digest has come. Many people thinks that it is secured, but after 2 to 3 years, it may break. Then SHA Shah algorithm has come, which is unidirectional in nature. Once again, after that, it may break. Similarly, in network, there are WEP, then WPA, WPA1, WPA2, and WPA3 now is available. But after 2 to 3 years or 4 years, depending upon the complexity of the algos used for providing the security, it may break. And it totally depends upon the computation speed as well as memory available for break. Now, anyone have any question regarding security or any other?
Thank you, sir.
Sir, first of all, you clarify whether my answer is reasonable to your query or not.
Yes, sir. It's quite reasonable. Okay, sir.
Okay.
You may continue, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So we are not focusing right now. Companies are not focusing on network security. They are more focusing on data security, because when we implement different various kind of security at network layer, the main thing is that your throughput, your bandwidth has been reduced because of the overheads of every flags and checks. So they may now move towards security implementation on data, and they're not interested to send the information on network. They're interested to send the data, basically the raw data. And before sending, we are implementing cryptography or steganography. So we got some kind of security. I'm not saying that it's 100%, because which algorithm you are used in cryptography and steganography. So let me start. First, the concept of cryptography, then steganography, and finally blockchain. So basically, the movement behind, or the motivation behind the security, is that we want to avoid financial losses. The main objective is to avoid financial losses, customer base, and we don't want that our systems become break, so services are not hampered. The main motivation is this. So first of all, what we understand is cryptography. So basically, in cryptography, hackers may know that something is available on the data, but how they can understand? They try to understand, because whatever the data is not available in the similar manner. It is whatever the binary information that may be in jumble or scrambled way. So basically, whatever you can send on the network, hackers very well know that whatever the data, it is available in the scrambled way. So we are sending the email messages, chat session, web transactions, personal data, corporate data, e-commerce applications. We are sending the information in scrambled way. So there are various ways we can send. And as you see in the picture, that there is a simple text message, to be or not to be. That is the question, whether this nabla in the. So if we send the same message without encrypting into the network, hackers can easily understand and take necessary action. But instead of sending unencrypted data, if we are using some algorithms, and we can then jumble the data, and then we send to the network. So he not get the appropriate form of data. So at the initial level, hacker not able to understand the meaning of information available on the packets. So this is the first way. So I'm just taking one example. This is one example, say A, B, C, D. Maybe in Hindi. So every letter is a sequence. So this is sequence is A, B, C, D, in Hindi, or in numerals, it is 1, 2, 3. Now we change the place value of these symbols. I'm not saying it's a character. I'm saying it is a symbol. Then I repositioning it and I am assigning C at first position, B at third position, A at fourth position, and D as second position. So if my message is CD, so instead of CD, I am sending 1 or 2. So the corresponding ASCII code of 1 and 2, I am sending instead of CD. So when it travels into the network, I am sending 1, 2, which is a numerals. When hacker trap the data and try to decrypt, so it understands that it may be rupees or it may be some financial transactions. So it may not able to understand what is this, right? So here we receive 1, 2, but for implementing this, we are making some algos that we have a table like A, B, C, D are not in this sequence. It may sequence in this way, C, D, B, and A. So this is the sequence of alphabet characters, and that information already conveyed to the destination. So it may use this table here to decode it, and I got CD. Then I have a specific meaning of CD. Basically, this is a command, change the directory in computer science, or in biology, it has some other meaning, or in physics or chemistry, it has some other meaning. Or if I'm talking about in math, it has again some different meaning. Let me take an example of math. So representing CD, it is 400 rupees. Now I able to know that I have to pay 400 rupees or receive from sender, right? So this kind of, you can say this kind of concept we are implementing. So this is a very initial phase. So before implementing the cryptography concept, first we know about the terminologies used to implement the cryptography. So first of all, it is a crypto system. It is a pair of algorithms, one for encryption of data and one for decryption of data. Next is cryptology. Cryptology is used to break secret codes, and cryptography is for making secret codes, whereas cryptanalysis is for breaking a code. In cryptology, we are using different algos. Basically, we are preparing or we are creating the algos. That is known as cryptology. Encryption is nothing but a scrambling a message or data using a specialized cryptographic algorithm, which is designed in cryptology. Plain text is nothing but the info piece of information or data before it gets encrypted. Encrypted version of the message called ciphertext, and the algorithm used to prepare the ciphertext is cipher, and the process of converting ciphertext back to the original plain text is called decryption. The general goal of cryptography is confidentiality, integrity, authentication, and non-repudiation. In confidentiality, in which only authorized party able to understand the data, other people not able to understand the meaning of message sent or received. If authorized party is authenticated, then only message has been decrypted and showing. There is one algorithm, PGP, for email encryption. If you implement PGP email and if you forward that mail to anyone, other person that you may send not understand what is written on the mail until and unless PGP algorithm keys are not available with that other person. Integrity. In this, ensuring a delivery or receiving of message at the source or at the destination end. That we can achieve by applying encryption or hashing algorithms. Authentication. In authentication, basically it ensures whoever supplies or accesses sensitive data is an authorized party. You all are from academics, no? I think all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, do you think that you are storing the question bank somewhere? The question bank or question paper is stored in digital form in some place or not?
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that you are the authorized person to access question bank or question papers?
Yeah, the software is made like that.
No, sir. I'm talking about that a question bank means when paper has been prepared, 10 to 20 questions from each faculty has been collected by examination controller with answer that can be entered on the software, and the accessibility, authenticity and the authorization for only those students who are those person who are authorized. So in your university or college, are you authorized to access question bank?
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think so. You are authorized. Only examination controller is authorized to access question bank. Students are not authorized. But for entering the questions with answer on that software, you able to authorize. Suppose you send 10 questions, so you only able to see that those 10 questions and you have the credentials to update or create or delete any question before examination date. Right? So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. When we submit it, then we are not authorized after that.
Right? So this is basically credentials. Some people are authorized, some people are not authorized. So that process is known as authentication. So this is the major concept, or you can say this is a major process. This is a critical process or mandatory process for implementing security on the system. And to implement authentication, two-way, or you can say two solutions are available. The first one is passwords, and the second one is digital signatures. Now, next is non-repudiation, ensuring that the intended recipient actually got the message, and ensuring that the alleged sender actually sent the message. May I take a 2 minutes break? Just for 2 minutes break.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just for 2 minutes. Actually, a lot of noise has been created, so I just transferred that class to some other class room. Okay. Yeah, sorry for interruption. So in non-repudiation, basically we are authorized whether the sender send the actual message or not. Let me take an example of Gmail. Do you think that on behalf of your vice chancellor, you got a message that you are fired from the college? Do you think that same message can other person can send? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. Now, recently, many of us got the mail from VC sir's mail ID. So, and we came to know it was fake.
But actually, VC sir not sending that message.
Yes, yes, it was fake. Yes. Then he announced also that no one should open it.
Okay. Now, how you can ensure that that message not comes from your VC sir?
Because of its content.
Because of its content. Okay. But maybe the content may be right. Because sometimes
possible.
Because sometimes some person or a responsible person can send the message in the inappropriate way. The reason is that due to pressure of work, they are highly disturbed. So there is a possibility that they can send. So message is proper or not. For checking this, you may click here. Right? You may click here, and now you see that who is sending. You observe that here it is KGRG and associate has come, and CAKGarg@gmail.com has come. Right? Similarly, when I go to the Asian Paint, I open this mail and you observe that Asian Paint has written, but actual mail has come from hello@marketingmailer.asianpaintservices.com. Similarly, junk emails. Here you see that otar.ai, supporter@otar.ai, but it is mailed by em9754.otar.ai. So do you think that the mail comes from support@otar.ai? No, it is a face of that mail. This is not an actual mail. It comes from directly from the mail server whose address is this. So it is a system generated mail and it used the face of this mail ID. So if I'm replacing that pmofficehouse@gov.in and you got that you are selected as a associate professor in IIT Delhi, then you maybe feel good. Like first you check from where this mail has come. Here, mailed by and signed by informations are available, but main thing is that you able to trace if some inappropriate message are there, and you may directly contact to this mail server em9754.otar.ai, but it is if it is missing, if it is not signed by otar.ai, then you not able to trace whom send you. Now I'm showing you there are various applications are available. Like this, mkz.cz, from name, from email to this, and you can send on behalf of you, and person can think that mail comes from this. So it is only the face, but actual mail has been come from mkei.cz, right? Then another websites, that fake, MK mailer, send anonymous email, anonymous mailer, and Zmail. These are the popular fake mail sender, and you able to send your friend on behalf of other mail IDs, right? So if mail you receive from any, you may directly contact to that person in a very peaceful manner that have you sent that kind of message to me, please confirm, right? Before take any proactive actions. Now we come to cryptographic attacks. Cryptography we have implemented, but hackers also try to crack the algorithms with the help of various techniques. And the few popular techniques are ciphertext only attack, known plain text attack, chosen plain text, chosen key attack, adaptive chosen plain text attack, rubber hose attack, chosen ciphertext attack, and timing attack. In ciphertext only attacker has access to the ciphertext, and the main objective of the attacker to recover encryption key. Let me take an example. I request you to please send me privately. Please send me the answer of the question privately to me. Right? Now we make a one activity. Everybody have a Gmail account? You may please type yes or no privately to me, myself, Neeraj Gupta. Yeah, may I request to all participants, kindly type me directly, not to everyone, yes or no only. Yeah, please type your response, whether you have Gmail account or not. I receive only 3 response. Please be part of this activity so you understand. Only 4 response I have received till now. May I request to all participants, please participate in this activity to understand the concept, how people try to hack your password. Now, may I request to all, next question is the password of your Gmail. Now, the password of your Gmail account start with capital letter. Those whose password start with capital letter may please type yes or no. I request to all participants only type Y or N for each question may I raise. Now next question is the last character of your password is numeric. You may only type Y or N.
Please repeat what you said, sir.
The last character of your password is numeric, 0 to 9 digit. Now next question is your third last character is special character. Third last character is your fourth last character is special character, and that character is @ in your password. Next question is, in your password, the special character you used is @. Next question is, in your password, the special character is _. The next question is, your password is contains some directory word, maybe name, maybe place. The password length of the length of the password you may make between 8 to 11. Those who have more than 11, the last 3 characters are numeric, and that are 1, 2, 3, or related to your date of birth or your relative. Thanks to all participants who actively participate in this activity. And being a hacker that may ask such questions for making a cipher text attack. And these are the activities used to recover encryption key, right? So I request you, to all of you, never ever participate such kind of activities in future, right? Basically, once again, I come to whiteboard. Mostly people start with capital letter. The first letter, maximum time, 90% people have the first character is capital. Then they use English text. Some people use, suppose their name is Aftab. So they replace F with 4. right? And suppose their name is Afsina, so they use 45, right? And finally at the rate or underscore or hash. These three special character they can use mostly in the position of third last or second last, and then 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4 or her birthday, like that. Or people make their mail ID like this: Anisha underscore 1980. That means her birthday year is 1980. Some people write 0007. So that means her birthday is 7th of month, and 00 means December. So I request you, don't follow such human-based intelligence. Now I am typing one password. You may compare with your password and tell me whether whatever the password you may make for your Gmail account is complex or my password is complex. I'm typing. Please compare your password and my password, and please type yes or no directly to me. Your password is complex. If your password is complex, you may type yes. If your password is not complex as compared to this, you may type no. Dr. Nipun Kumar Mishra sir, type that your password is more complex than the password I have typed. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you remember what is that? The password I have typed. Are you guess what is that?
No, I don't remember what you have typed, but it is complex. Your password is also complex, but my password is also little bit complicated.
Okay. Anita Khanna, you may please confirm.
Yes, madam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your password is more complex than my password.
Your password is quite jungled, but my password is little bigger than this. And
No,
it's also complex, sir. My password also.
Okay. Now I make little bit changes. Now
this is complex, sir. You have used a Hindi font also.
ये दरवाजा किस तरफ के लिए बना रहे भाई? अच्छा, टॉयलेट मतलब लेफ्ट विंग में, राइट विंग में लगेगा, उस तरफ में या सामने वाले में?
मैं रिक्वेस्ट
पीछे में जो है,
प्लीज कंफर्म
मेरे ख्याल से वो सबसे आखिरी में जो बचा है उसी का है ना?
You please mute everybody, sir.
और कितना दरवाजा अभी अपने को बनना है? और हो गया? अच्छा, और बाकी लेफ्ट विंग का और उसका सबका हो गया?
इधर तो नया लगा दिए,
नया लगाए इधर में, ठीक। और ये जो राइट विंग में जो पहले है उसमें?
सर प्लीज mute yourself, sir. Those who not participate actively, you may please unmute yourself. Now please confirm. I am just typing simple Neeraj Gupta 1 2 3 some special character. Do you think that still your password is complex?
So this is more complex, sir, to decipher.
The reason is that the mostly hackers from the developed or developing countries who not able to type in Hindi. So sometimes a very simple thing is too much complex, right? And the earlier password what I am using, the earlier password which I am using is nothing but I am using a passphrase. So I recommend you may use passphrase instead of password. So your password becomes quite complex. So the passphrase I am using is the quick brown fox jump over the little lazy lamb. What I doing? Mostly people make their first character capital. I am using T. Then second character once again I make Q. Then capital B. So a human tendency I can break. Fox I can replace with 4. J I am taking as it is. Over O I replace with 0. Then I use a special character. A special character means something is repeated. How much time it is repeated? That is 3 times. And which character is repeated is L. So I make a little bit complex. So if you are using this much, up to 30% your system is secured with the beginners or intermediate hackers, right? But don't use this passphrase because this passphrase is very common. Around 70% people know. So you may use the passphrase which are in your regional language, not in the national or international language. The passphrase which are very common, don't use. Right?
Sir, I have a query. Hello. Am I audible?
So now come back. So adaptive choose and plain text attack. In this, attackers make a series of interactive queries, chooses subsequent plain text based on the information from the previous encryption. So interactive queries I have made, as you see that you are participating, you may ask different answers of the question I am raising. So according to that, their main objective is to get the key. Choose and plain text attack. Attackers define his own plain text, feed it into the cipher and analyze the resulting cipher text. In this, what we do, there are a lot of free of cost converters are available. So mostly in the websites or at the initial level, MD5 or SHA-1 algorithms are used. So I'm just taking CRC generator. So what we did, suppose I am typing welcome to all participants. When I generate, so you see here that MD5 and SHA-1 algorithm generator is available. So they may use the most prominent use codes or the names based on the analysis of their Gmail or Facebook accounts. They use different permutation and combination, and they use a generator, and they simply check whether the generator of MD5 or SHA-1, which are you can say more secure, then they simply compare the SHA-1 hash. Once for each X, a different hash, a different MD5 hash has been generated. So they simply compare the hash value. Once it is matched, that means they got the key. So this is a reverse engineering process they can adopt. Now, next is known plain text attack. Attacker has knowledge of some part of the plain text. Using this information, the key used to generate cipher text is reduced as to decipher other messages. Mostly people are using their relative name. I request to all, please unmute yourself. Hello.
Neeraj sir, you can mute everybody from there also, I think.
I agree, madam, but if I mute everybody, then the queries and doubts may be blocked. The reason is that
I think they can unmute and then do it. Then we can unmute and do it, sir. If you...
Okay. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, next is Trojan cipher text attack. In this, attacker obtained the plain text corresponding to an arbitrary set of cipher text of his own. Means he is simply assuming that maybe you observe that unmarried people and married people, their tastes are different, and they prefer to choose their password. Means if they're visiting some tourist place, they add something from there. So they simply assuming that it may be a password. In rubber hose attack, extraction of cryptographic secret from a person by coercion or torture. In this, physical involvement is there with with kidnapping or the person who belongs or maybe dependent. So this way we are making. Then chosen key attack. In this, a generalization of the chosen text attack. Basically, it is you can say a dictionary attack also. Now, again, it is based on repetitively measuring the exact execution time of modular exponential operation. Right now, there is a class between of you and me. and at that time you are not able to see your mobile. On the background, what is going on, you're not able to see. So if such applications are running on the applications, suppose like Zoom, Android Cam, like that. So at that time, you're not able to see what is going on inside your mobile. So they simply observe your pattern when you are involving in such activity. And during that time, they run some reverse engineering based chiffres or scripts. Now, one is man in the middle attack. Suppose you go for a transaction. Mostly time when you open your Gmail account and browse your mails inbox, and simultaneously you may open the google.co.in or doodle.com. And you search something. You observed after 2 to 3 days that whatever you are searching on the google.com, you got similar kind of mails or for the promotions for the same kind of products. And you also got the steps on the left hand and right hand side from top to bottom. And you observe that the same kind of products you may search 2 or 3 days back. Same promotions are available on the left and right hand side. And you also got the mail from similar kind of product, right? How attackers know, how marketers know about this? So this is, as you've seen on the right hand side, there is an image that a user is there that may visit Flipkart or Amazon.com, and marketers are there, which is act as a man in the middle, and they establish a connection with the user and application. How it is possible? As you know that IP protocol is connectionless. When a TCP/IP protocol has been implemented, and you may type some URL on your web browser. So I think you are familiar with this IP address. Everybody familiar with this IP address? 8.8.8.8. Yeah, please respond on chat box.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is basically a DNS server IP address of Google, right? Now, instead of 8.8, I type ping google.com. I'm typing google.com and I got a message reply from 142.250.206.174. What do you understand by firing this command? Anyone? Is there any relationship between google.com and the IP address 142.250.206.174? Nobody? Actually, in real world, google.com has no significance. Every machine have a unique IP address. Okay. First of all, I am asking one question. All over the world, not all over the world, what is the IP address of your mobile? Or the laptop you are using, or the desktop you are using, or any server you are using? What is the IP address of that machine? Anybody? Okay, how may you know that the machine have a IP address? What is the IP address of that machine?
So we check in properties. Hello?
Yeah. You may
that IP network properties. Yes, it
okay.
is a temporarily assigned for a V user, but static IP is from service provider.
No, sir. I'm asking about the IP address of the machine.
Machine. So device MAC ID is there. But
no, sir. I'm not talking about MAC ID. I'm talking about the IP address of the machine. I'm not talking about the IP address allocated by the network
okay.
to your network interface.
So we can get it from settings and network internet and all. From there we can go and get it.
Okay, madam, are you connect via mobile or some laptop or desktop?
Laptops.
So I disconnect myself and you may share your, kindly share your screen.
Okay, sir. Just do it.
Yes, ma'am.
No, is it showing service?
Yeah. You open some PhD paper. Yeah. Now you may show how you may know the IP address of the machine. Everybody seeing
Yes, sir.
screen of Madam Anita, madam?
Yes, sir.
Network setting we will go, where it is. Wi-Fi setting.
डॉक्टर सेटिंग पे एक बार चेक कर सकते
डॉक्टर सेटिंग पे आएगा क्या नेटवर्क एंड शेयर
हां यहां पे प्रॉपर्टीज
वी हैव सीन इट सर
तो यहां प्रॉपर्टीज
हमारा वाईफाई है ना जैसे वाईफाई में प्रॉपर्टीज कॉन्फ़िगर में जाएंगे कैसे
हाँ इसी में देखिए IP4 या जो भी है IP6
नो मैडम नो मैडम
आई हैव फॉरगॉटन
Let me, madam, accept my request for remote control.
Okay, sir.
Madam, you are going for TCP/IP protocol, or you are talking about the IP address allocated by your machine. Right? I'm talking about the IP address of your machine. For this, you may type window R.
Where, sir?
You simply press window key and R.
R, acha, okay.
Now you type only here CMD.
CMD?
Yeah. CMD is a short form of command prompt.
Command prompt. Yes.
Yeah. You may type here IP config.
IP?
Config. CONFIG.
Okay.
So basically, you are connected some broadband connection, and you are getting the 192.168.40,
Yes.
and the modem address is 192.168.1.1.
Yes.
And the same IP address is available to all the customer of the service provider, in which all modem have the same IP address, right?
Okay.
And this IP address belongs to the Wi-Fi network interface card in your machine. This is the IP address assigned by the modem.
Okay.
This is not the IP address of your machine. The IP address of the machine, all machines in the world have same IP address, and that IP address is 127.0.0.1, which is nothing but a local host. Right? So every machines which are working on TCP/IP model, or any application you are running on your machine, it may work. The reason is that every machine have same IP address, and that IP address is 127.0.0.1. And it is, sometimes people may confuse that what is the IP address of that machine. So 127.0.0.1 is also acronym with some text, that is localhost. So you may simply type PING 127.0.0.1. So basically you are pinging your machine to check out whether network-based applications are running properly or not. If you got reply, means there is no network issue inside. I'm not talking about the outside. This is for inside. So you may type PING ping. PING ping.
PI at?
PING. P for
madam. P.
PI?
Just a minute.
Ping.
Yes.
You got TTL 1 millisecond 128. Now I am typing ping localhost, which is nothing but same, right? And you observe here that reply from #:1. What does that mean? It once again goes to 127.0.0.1. And in the network, if you are typing 127.1, do you think that once again we got the same response?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. What about others? Is this valid IP address or not? 127.1.
Only 2, sir.
Huh?
Only 2 digit. Means 8 and 16 digit.
Yes.
What you just wrote is 127.1.
Yeah. So is this?
Maybe if he knows the mask.
No. I'm talking, say whether it is a valid IP address or not.
Valid? No.
No. Okay. I'm just entering this, and you got the same response. Once again, you got the same response because
maybe it knows the mask. Knows the mask, so it has taken the last.
No, madam.
No,
actually, if 2 consecutive 0 has come,
okay,
2 consecutive 0 has come, that we can omit.
Oh.
If 3 zeros has come, we not able to omit. If we go for IPv6, in which it is more than 4 bytes, then if 2 zeros consecutively come, maybe there is a possibility that 4 zeros has come. So we can omit 2 zeros by placing a colon between them. So if 4 zeros has come, I can simply put 2 double columns. If 3 zeros, 5 zeros are there, I can type entire zeros.
Okay.
Right?
Sir,
And yes, sir.
That could be reason, sir. In most of the cracks we observe that host file contain this ID 127.0. Through there they crack
Yes.
this.
So entire 127 series is allocated to local host. Not only 127.0.0.1, 127.1.1.1 that may also map to local host. So entire 127 series may map to local host. So what that means, my main objective is for this activity is that if I'm typing ping google.com, I got this response, right? If I'm typing ping 142.250.182.110, I got same response. The reason is google.com is nothing but IP address. It is mapped with 142.250.182.110. The reason is that it is very difficult to everyone to remember the IP address. Text form is easily remembered by many people. That is why DNS server has been maintained by each software company. And they map IP address with text. So actual text is nothing but it is a map or to some IP address. And there is a possibility that many IP addresses has mapped to a single text. So if a person reside in China, if a person reside in Ukraine, if a person reside in UK, if they fire ping google.com, they got different IP addresses, because there is a routing table is that you may land to the nearest Google server. You may land to the nearest Google search engine. It is not possible that the entire all requests may reach to a single server. There are many servers are there. And it is not mandatory that all the contents are available in a single user. Russian people have, if you go for google.com, open on America, you got different contents. If you open the website on Russia or China, you got different contents. If you type a search, same keywords, but you got different results. Right?
Sir, one query, that IP of any machine, this is by default what value you have said, or it is built by software, or we can change it manually also for our
No. You cannot, you able to change once you got the credential of kernel files.
Okay. Yes, in kernel we can change it.
Yes, but in Windows it is not possible.
No.
So may I ask one more question? What is the super user? Who is a super user in Linux?
Don't know.
Huh?
Super.
Who is the super user?
Administrator or what? No idea, sir.
Who is the super user in Windows? Madam, kindly stop share.
Admin, sir? Or,
The super user in Windows is system. Right? And nobody able to access Windows via system. You just try to delete the Windows file. You're not able. The reason is that you not have a credentials to delete the Windows file. But in Linux, if you log in with root, you able to modify, you able to delete the kernel files also. But in Windows, Windows have a propriety. Windows not allow you to access system because they not share the password. Right? So now I come back to, yeah. Everybody able to see cryptographic attack, man in the middle attack, PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what man in the middle, what he did, he simply used Wireshark. There is a Wireshark program and he simply got the IP address of user and the server. So how may I get the IP address? I simply fire a command, ping, P-I-N-G, and there is a possibility that I got three kind of response. Reply, I got request timeout, or I got device failure, right? So if I got a request timeout, that means whether user is available or not, according to you. If I got request timeout.
No.
User is available, sir, but maybe cannot connect now.
No, user is available. If it not connect, that means it is he or she is not available.
Not
When you got a response request timeout, that means user is alive on the network. But you are getting request timeout because of ICMP protocol disabled. The firewall on the system for which you are pinging. The firewall may drop all the ICMP protocol requests because ping protocol or ping command use ICMP protocol. If you go to the firewall and you may block the incoming traffic by disabling the ICMP, you may block the ICMP request, then person got request time. Right? So 90% newcomers like students and who are not from the cyber world, they not know about ICMP protocol and they not block. How to block? That I am showing you. You may go to the system, Window Defender Firewall. Here, turn Window Firewall. Let's connect. Advanced settings. Go to the advanced setting. Then inbound rules and outbound rules are there. So here I am using BitTorrent, Cinema 4D, FileZilla, and similarly these applications are there. Right? Now here I am implementing ICMP block. So you got request time out. If I'm allowing, then you got ping, reply, 128 ATL or something. So these are the inbound rules and these are the outbound rules. This is ICMP. Right? So here time exceeded, enabled, I have enabled. If I disable or if I say no, and if you try to ping my system, you observe here that core networking, this IPv4 out, ICMP v6, it is no. So if you ping my PC, you got request timeout. If I make yes, you got reply. Right? So this way we can also reduce man in the middle attack, because mostly time people check whether user is available with the help of ping command. And if they got reply, the reason is that one port is open. TCP port is open. And if TCP port is open, they may able to attack. Now man in the middle treated as web server. So instead of going to this original connection, now user think that MIM is a web server. Whatever the request user may make to the man in the middle, same request MIM sent to the web application, and whatever it got, it may simply publish to the user. So what happens when person can search some product and they want to buy, and what website say you may log in. So initially man in the middle, if they make a proxy page of Facebook, or you can say Amazon or Flipkart, he or she able to get the credentials of user. That credential it may use to log in on web applications, and there is a CAPTCHA concept is there, or you can say OTP. So whatever OTP user enter here, it may type by MIM on the web applications. So basically, instead of following the original connection, it may go through man in the middle, and the credentials now with MIM. When user off, when user disconnect to the web application, man in the middle show the logout page, but actually that web application is still in the mode, and it place orders or get more information or their taste, and then he buy something and bill may send to the user instead of man in the middle. So this way attack has been possible. If cryptography has been implemented, then user and password has been passed to the MIM, but that is in the encrypted form. So when it is in the encrypted form, MIM not able at that time to use that credential to enter into the web applications. When he or she not able to enter into the web application, he not able to show the login page to the user. So this way we can reduce the attack by MIM. And this can be possible with the help of cryptography. Now, for developing crypto systems, there are some issues, especially related to the commercial public, and the second one is military secret. If you sending something by applying a most prominent crypto system, then military may think that you are sending the data which may hamper the security of nation. So military may simply arrest you. So that kind of consequences are also comes into picture. Now, cryptography basically practically implemented in the World War II in 1939 by Germans. And the machine developed by Germans are known as Enigma. Now, there are two types of cryptography available currently. The first one is symmetric encryption, and Another one is asymmetric encryption. In symmetric encryption, as name suggested, the secret key, shared key, and private key are same. In asymmetric encryption, encryption and decryption key are different. Now, the shipper's algorithm used to encrypt or decrypt the data has been categorized into two categories. The first one is classical cipher and second one is modern cipher. In classical cipher, substitution cipher, transposition cipher has come, whereas in modern cipher, the first one is based on the type of key used and the second one is based on the type of input data. So on the key base, there are two types of keys, private key and public key. And based on the input data, there are two kinds of ciphers, block cipher and scheme cipher. Now, the first data encryption standard name, or you can say in short form, we can say DES. The encipher and decipher block of data is 64-bit and the key size for encryption and decryption is 56-bit. In this DES, equidifile block cipher has been used with a fixed length string of plain text bits, which is 64-bit. And the key used for encryption is 56-bit. Now, initially it is very strong, but when more computation has been available, then it has been easily decrypted. So to make more complex, it repeated 3 times and a new standard comes with the name of 3-DES. Once again, it may break. Now a new encryption has come in picture that is known as Advanced Encryption Standard, and it is designed, or you can say standardized by NIST, National Institute of State Technology. In this, it comes under symmetric key algorithm. It iterates the block cipher in a repetitive manner, and the block size is now 128-bit. Earlier it is 64-bit in DES. Now it is just double, and the key size has been varied. And 3 key sizes are available: 128, 192, and 256. If size of key has been increased, complexity has been increased. Now, once again, algorithm redishal has been come into picture, and it has 3 variants: RC4, RC5, and RC6. In RC4, the key size is variable and it is scheme in nature, in which byte-wise byte operation has been done, and here random permutations are there. Whereas in RC5, the key size is 128, and parameterized algorithm with a variable block size and a variable key size, as well as number of rounds are also changed. Now in RC6, 2 additional features has been implemented. The first one is multiplication of integer number. That integer number, you can say it as a salt. And 4-bit working register has been implemented. If we compare RC4, RC5, RC6, both are prominent in nature, but their efficiency and effectiveness has changed in accordance to the applications. Now we come to digital signature. The first digital signature standard is FIPS 186.2, and it is based on DSA algorithm, which is used for verification and generation of digital signature. For digital signature, it is basically based on asymmetric encryptions in which private key and public key are different. Digital signature has been computed with a set of rules and set of parameters. It is not mandatory that the digital signature providers using same algorithms. They use different algorithms. For more details or in depth, I recommend you may go to the NIST website of US, and you may simply type FIPS 186-2 standard, and you get more detail related to digital signature algorithms. Next is RSA, stands for Rivest Shamir Edelman. This algorithm comes in 1978, and it is more popular because of its exponentiation in nature. In this, encryption and decryption keys are different, and there are two sets of keys are used for encryption and decryption. Then Message Digest, which is developed by Ronald Rivest. Ronald Rivest is nothing but the person who also involved in RSA algorithm. It developed in 1991. Message Digest, in which basically, if you are familiar with the CRC, cyclic redundancy check, it is almost similar to Message Digest, but the main difference is that it is only one way. It is not, decryption is not there, only encryption is there, and we got a hash value, and it is a fixed value, that is 128 bit. And the informations as well as its algorithm, the algos used for implementing Message Digest are provided under RFC 1321 standards. That details once again available in NIST website. Now, MD5 is now weakened because more computations has available, and many people able to know how to get the plain text, which is MD5. So to make more secure hash algorithm has been proposed by National Institute of Standard and Technology in association with US Federal Information Processing Standard. One by one, it may produce 3 SHA algorithms: SHA-1, SHA-2, and SHA-3. In SHA-1, the digest value is 160 bit. In SHA-2, it is 32 bit words. In SHA, 512 64 bit words are there. Now, to make more complexity, XOR function has been called in SHA-3 function, and till date, SHA-3 is unbreakable till date. Now, for Cryptanalysis Tool, these 3 websites are available from where you can get the information. md5decrypt.org. So once you know that particular message has been hashed by MD5, so that you can crack.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
यस,
अब समझ में नहीं आ रहा है सर, थोड़ा सेशन लंबा हो गया।
मैडम आप सजेस्ट करें क्या करें, ब्रेक ले या कल करें?
कंटिन्यू कल करते हैं सर।
As you wish, ma'am. So for today's session, if you have any query, any doubt, you may please raise or type in chat. So we try our best to give you the solutions. And before leaving, I request to all of you, please grade this today's session in the scale of 1 to 5. 5 stands for excellent, 4 stands for very good, 3 stands for good, 2 stands for poor, and 1 stands for very poor. So in the grade scale of 1 to 5, you may kindly grade today's session. Any query, any doubt, you may also type so we can review and try to give you the solution in the next session. Any query, you may please type. So I try my level best to answer on the next session. Any issues related to the activities we are performed today?
No, sir, not an issue, just a query. Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, the password which we are shown or which we have make, they are alphabetically or numerical or something, what combination of these. But
Yes.
any machines which we are currently we have more faster, they can access the combination permutation or some with heuristic approach. So how does it matter this sequence? Like no matter how randomly you arrange, it should be able to crack it.
Actually, in major sites, they are using ASCII code or ABCDIC code. Around 80% websites only use or you can say support ASCII code and ABCDIC code. They not support UTF code. UTF-8 is a two-type font in which all dialects, all scripts has been implemented, including Chinese, which is the longest script in which around 67,000 symbols are there. And the next one is Japanese script. So all are covered into UTF-8. So people website may update day by day and they can allow the regional language symbols also.
And can you suggest any short book which you can which cover current modern these techniques? Any books that?
Sir, for book for specific for development
any?
For development of website.
Development or not for website, for this security purpose where most of the modern techniques are covered. In security algorithms.
Actually, if you implement any algorithm, maybe SHA-1, SHA-2, or you maybe implement SALT, the reason is that who is the user? If the user may familiar with the cryptography and steganography, he or she is simply cracked. Right? So basically 100% secure system is not possible.
So what about the non-alphanumeric password like images, captcha they use?
No. Images are highly vulnerable because mouse movement and keyboard entry has been easily captured.
Captured, hardware based. Okay.
But if you are using a passphrase, like as I give you the example, the quick brown fox jump over the little lazy lamb. So that passphrase is not related to any of my relatives. That may not relate to my date of birth. That not related to my any automobile. So there are some.
So these are the phrase-based or human-based. No? So I'm talking about the machine does not have A or B, does not have any distance between the symbols. Like it has only treated as a symbols. So meaning associating meaning is for human. But
no, sir. Right now, if you type anything, a machine is able to understand the meaning of any kind of symbol.
No, so Chinese room model says that, sir, in AI, that's a symbol. That it is for a symbol we take as a variables, and for the algorithm point of view, when we design, meaning does not make sense much there.
Okay, let me update you.
That it is easier for us, human, we put for memory purpose to more easier words, so that's the reason. But for PC, it is not like machines.
For Chinese, I told you that for Chinese point of view.
No, sir. Okay. No, that Chinese room model, sir. That in AI we study.
I agree. Yes. Actually, if you just go through and if you explore the Google, you observe that maximum number of AI-based application developed in China, not in other developed countries. The reason is that Chinese characters are not incorporated in ASCII or ABCDIC code, because in ASCII only 127 symbols are there, and in ABCDIC only 254 characters are there. But in UTF-8, 2 to the power 32 symbols are there. So at the initial level, they work on UTF-8. So if you know Mandarin language, you can easily crack.
Okay.
If you know Hindi, you may easily crack. If anybody talk in Kannada language or in Malayalam language, we not able to understand. But once you read, or you able to read and write in Malayalam or Karnataka language, anyone can type anything. You may easily crack, because right now the algos which are used for crack the password are based on bitwise bit, not the byte-wise byte. Okay. They first go for the collations. What is the collation type of the data? Everybody have a idea about MySQL? There is a RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. MySQL, there is a database.
Yes, database I heard, but we are not familiar because we are not from CSE or IT background.
Okay, no problem. So basically, entire information is stored in database, right? So earlier database, which only support up to 2 byte information, means any symbol which comes under 2 byte. Then MySQL comes in forward and they allow up to 3 byte. Right? Now they allow 4 byte, yani true type UTF-8 code. So what happens? It covers the entire scripts. So anyone can write, and you observe that from the last 10 years, contents are available in all languages. But 10 years back, no contents available in regional language. The contents are available in only pure in English and in numerals. But if you, right now, if you go Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, Tamil, and in Chinese languages, Japanese languages, contents are available. Right? So this is because database able to store such information and you can develop application in multilingual form rather than in a single language. So once your database support multilingual support, you can also allow to save the password in multilingual format. Any other question?
Just one more small query, sir. When we browse, some advertisement are done in our whatever we are searching. Like suppose Myntra you have done, then it is keep on flooding our whatever browsing we are. So this is done by Google or the company that they are doing this through browsers.
There are
like
various data crawlers are available on the internet. They crawl the data and they sell the data to the Google, Facebook, and marketing companies.
So can you in next session demonstrate how we can block without using ad blocker or some other blockers? Like, can we do it with our CMD or our own hand, in our machine?
Yeah, this is possible only with the help of private browser like Tor browser. If you have you heard Tor browser?
No, sir. No.
There is
Tor,
a
TOR.
TOR only. TOR
yes,
browser.
Yes, I heard only name, sir, but not in. I didn't explore.
So next session I will demonstrate you Tor browser.
Yeah, okay.
And you observe that Google not allow any kind of request from Tor browser to open. Unlike Gmail, if you try to open on Tor browser, or you may use google.com, it may not allow.
Okay.
Right? Because using wrap browser or Tor browser, you may enter into the dark web.
Okay.
Mostly people think that internet is quite big. No, dark web is 8 to 10 times bigger than the current internet, which is available to all.
Okay.
Right? Any else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now I request to all participants, you may leave one by one. So I close this session.